Okay, it's week 2 for our book club for He Dances With Me. My name is Sheavaun if we haven't met yet, and I'm really glad that you're here. Thanks for hanging out with us. I want to talk today a little bit about chapter 2, like I said, and about our perspectives. I shared a little bit about how I first encountered God. I do remember as a little girl that hearing my dad talk he made a lot of disparaging remarks about people that went to church. He was not very fond of Christians. Everything was all about evolution and that science was the answer, which I agree. But as a little girl, my filter was that Daddy knew best. And so when I was invited to go to this kids' Bible study, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But my mom thought it was a good idea. My friends were very convincing. So I went. And after a few weeks, I was fascinated with this big God they were talking about. I was fascinated with the Bible. I was fascinated with the stories. And so by the time that thing wrapped up, I prayed their little salvation prayer in the privacy of my room in the dark. I just figured, God, if you're real, I want in. And it was pretty cool that somewhere around within the next year or so, my dad made his own decision to be a believer in God as well. Not through me, through anything that I had anything to do with, but God had his hand on his life too. So that was kind of cool for my young little heart. But there are lies that we begin to believe about ourselves, even from a young age, and they help create a filter that we take in all truth through. They contribute to our perspective. So as a young kid, I figured there was something wrong with me. Just, little snippets of little things that happened through circumstances or whatever. There was just that little nagging thing in the back of my head. There's something wrong with you. That's why that happened, or that's why you can't do that, or blah, blah, blah. So all the different things that I learned about God as a kid growing up, through high school, through college, and then as I got married, they carry into your perspective and all the things that you're being taught. It sits a certain way. I'm not saying this properly, sorry. So all I'm trying to get at is that as I traveled with my husband singing in churches about God and his goodness, and feeling numb because I just lost my son, and trying my best to figure out how to survive. Life wasn't turning out the way I kind of thought it was supposed to. I got sick of church stuff. I got sick of the do's, the don'ts, you have to behave this way, you have to act, speak this way, you have to dress this way. I didn't like that. And I figured what happened to this God I had been fascinated with? I knew I still had this healthy respect for him, but wasn't there something more? What about those stories I'd read? Was it all fairy tale? And every once in a while I'd come across somebody who seemed to have a really genuine connection with God, and it kind of drew me. There was something really deep. There was just this something down deep that just kind of flickered every once in a while when I would catch a glimpse of these people. And it's like, I want that. I want that. But I couldn't really put my finger on what it was that I wanted. I just wanted more. When I hit bottom and I started asking tough questions, I had to figure out where I was going to go from the bottom, whether I was just going to sit there or whether I was going to figure out life on my own. And I started asking questions about God, and he showed up, and he like met me. That's when my perspective started to change, and he started to speak to those deep, dark alleys, and my perspectives just changed. That's all I'm trying to get at. So my question for you is, what's your perspective of God? And how have the things that you have believed about yourself, the lies, contributed to whether you can accept some of the things that he says to you? And I just want to know. I want to know your take on chapter 2. I just want to know where you're at. I love what we're doing here. I love this community building, and I just can't wait to hear what you have to say. So put your replies in the little section below. I'm not going to filter them before they go up, but I will be reading everything. If something's nasty, it's gone. But I'm just excited about this, okay? I can't wait to hear from you. See ya.